Welcome back, everyone. We are on our second video for surface area, and this time we are talking about pyramids. Today we're only going to see either triangular pyramids or rectangular pyramids, but there are other kinds that you could find the surface area of, just so you know. But we're going to focus on these two. So let me move these out of the way, and we will focus on our pyramid formula. Okay, so similar to our prism, we're going to be finding the area of a base and the lateral area. This time we only have one base since it's a pyramid, and that could be a square, it could be a triangle. And then to find the lateral area, well, we're still doing the perimeter of the base, but this time we're multiplying it by the slant height, which I'll show you guys what that means in a second. And then we're just taking 1/2 of this entire value. Okay, so very similar to our prism surface area, just changing up some values here, and it's only one base. Okay, so let me move this up and we will get started. We're going to start with a square pyramid. Okay, so surface area, we need to find the area of a base, so just one. Okay, and then the lateral area second. We'll do that over here. Okay, we're going to add them together because what we're doing is finding the total area that we would paint all around this object. And really what we have is a square and 4 triangles. So we're just finding the area of 5 objects. That's really all we're doing. So the math is super simple. It's just knowing how to add them up together. Okay, so the slant height is kind of, well, what the name tells you. It's the height of almost like the slant or the edge of this pyramid. Let me move that back so it's a little more focused. So you'll see if I were to turn this, if I were to make this straight up and down, kind of like the normal height of the object, well, you'll see this top right here is higher than this one. That's why the slant height up against the edge right here and the height of the object, so if you were going to go like straight through the pyramid, is different. So slant height is up against one of the edges, and then the regular height is just how tall the object is. You actually don't need the regular height for surface area. You only need that for volume. Okay, let's find the base first. So the base is just a square, so that's length times width, and that's just 5 times 5, that gives us 25. So we're halfway done. We already found the base. Now, using our formula, we need 1/2 the slant height times the perimeter of the base. So let's find those values. We know this is 1/2. The slant height here is given. That's the height up against the edge, and that is 7.4. And then we're multiplying that by the perimeter of this. Now careful, the perimeter is all the way around. So it's all 4 of these edges. There's 4 of them and each one is 5. So 4 times 5 is 20. That's the perimeter of the base. All right, so in my calculator, I'm going to do this calculation. 1/2 times 7.4 times 20. That gives me 74. And then we're just going to add the base plus the lateral area. My total value should be 99, and then it's kilometers squared. So this is my surface area. This is how much square kilometers I would have to paint if I were to paint all the surfaces of this pyramid. All right, moving on. We now have a triangular pyramid. So this is like this object right here. So if we were to open it up, there's 4 triangles total. Or if you want to look at it this way, there's 4 triangles. And then if you were to fold it up, that gives you a triangular pyramid. So just like that. Okay? The bottom one is the base, and then the 3 triangles around are the lateral area. Okay. So our base in this picture, let's highlight it so we can see it. Okay, so our base, I think I want to make, this one right here. That's going to be our base. And I'll even color it in so we can see it's the one that it's sitting on. And I like to make the equilateral triangle the base. So you'll actually see if you look at this picture, it's a 10 by 10 by 10. So it's an equilateral triangle. That makes finding the perimeter later really easy. Okay, so for the base, again, we only have one. So base. And then we have the lateral area. And we're going to add those at the end. Okay, so let's find the area of that base first. We've got, and I'm even going to just draw it right here so we can see it. So we've got this equilateral triangle, 10, 10, 10. And then in the picture, you'll see right here, it has actually given us the height of that triangle. So I'm going to kind of point out it's 8.7. And that's all we need to find the area of a triangle. So 1/2 base times height. Remember, that's how we find the area of a triangle. The base is 10 right here, and then the height was 8.7. So 10 times 8.7. Okay, let's find that value. So 1/2 times 10 times 8.7 is 43.5. Okay, so I've got my one base area. Now let's find the lateral area. That's those 3 triangles. And remember, it's 1/2 of the slant height. So 1/2 times the perimeter of the base. Okay, so 1/2. Now the slant height, again, has been given. It's the height along the edge of one of the lateral area triangles. So that's 7.6 times, and then the perimeter of this triangle is 10 plus 10 plus 10. That's 30. So I've got all my values. Let's plug that in. 1/2 times 7.6 times 30. You should get 114. Let's try adding these together. So plus 43.5. And our total is 157.5 yards squared. So that's the total area of all 4 triangles that make up the outside of this pyramid. Okay, we've got one more for practice. It's a rectangular pyramid, so the base is a rectangle. Let's highlight where it is real quick. So I've got this rectangle right here. That's my base. And let's find the area so we can find the surface area. So base and lateral area. And we've got to add them together. Okay, so the one base is just a length times width because it's a rectangle. That's 7 times 8. I just got those 2 values right here. Okay, so if we multiply those, we got 56 for the one base, and we know we're adding whatever we get for lateral area. Our formula tells us to do 1/2 the slant height times the perimeter of the base. Okay, so 1/2 slant height's usually given. It's right here. That's 11.5, and I'm just making sure, is that the same? So it gives us a different height here. Let's try both. I think there might be a typo. Those should be the same, but for this one, let's just use 11.5 times. Okay, and then the perimeter of the base, so that's 7 plus 7 plus 8 plus 8. And that gives us 30. Okay, and then when I calculate this, times 11.5, that gives me 172.5, and then I'm going to add it to 56. So it gives me 228.9 inches squared. So this was definitely a typo. This should have just also been 0.5 up here. So both 0.5. Okay, so that's your total surface area. If you needed to jot down the objects that I used for each example, here is the first one. Here is the second one. And here's the last one. And don't forget, these are videos. Always pause, pause, pause as much as you want to get all of your answers. Okay, thanks for watching. Last video you'll see me make is our cones and cylinders surface area.